Hello, Gent. Conformist men rarely leave a mark on history. Ever wondered what happens when a man decides to break the rules? Let's dive into the world of Sigma males, those extraordinary men who defy societal norms and live life on their own terms. These guys don't just break the mold, they shatter it and carve out their own path. Sigma males aren't about following the crowd or fitting into neat little boxes. They challenge the status quo and refuse to conform to expectations. This rebellious spirit makes them stand out in a world that often values conformity over individuality. So what rules do Sigma males break? And why does it make them so remarkable? They don't just accept what society tells them. They question, they push back, and they forge their own way. This makes them trailblazers, paving the way for others to follow. In a nutshell, Sigma males live life unapologetically, and that's what makes them so extraordinary. Let's dive deeper into the rules they break and see why these men are truly one of a kind. Let's get started from number 7. They make decisions before asking for permission. Decision first, permission later. Sigma males don't wait around for permission before making decisions. They see a problem, figure out a solution, and act on it without checking if it's okay with everyone else first. Imagine a workplace where everyone is frantically looking for approval to move forward, while the Sigma male is already halfway through implementing the fix. This behavior often leaves his colleagues and superiors scratching their heads, wondering whether to be impressed or annoyed. It's not that he's deliberately trying to be rebellious or difficult. He just doesn't see the point in wasting time. Why wait for someone to give a green light when you already know what needs to be done? This proactive approach can be a breath of fresh air or a storm of chaos, depending on who you ask. It's like that kid in school who finishes the group project before anyone else even opens their books. Sure, it can be intimidating, but it's also incredibly efficient. His confidence in his own judgment often means he steps on toes. But from his perspective, it's better to ask for forgiveness than permission. He trusts his gut and his abilities, which means he's not afraid to leap into action. This can be both a blessing and a curse. On the one hand, he gets things done quickly and effectively. On the other hand, he sometimes ruffles feathers and disrupts the status quo. But hey, when everyone else is stuck in a meeting deciding whether to send an email, the Sigma male has already sent it, followed up, and moved on to the next task. He's the one who keeps the ship sailing smoothly, even if he occasionally sails it straight into uncharted waters. Number 6. They don't sugarcoat things. Brutal honest, no political correctness. Sigma males are known for their brutal honesty. When they speak, you get the unvarnished truth, not some sugar-coated version designed to spare your feelings. This can be refreshing or shocking, depending on your preference for candor. Think of them as the human equivalent of a cold shower. Jarring but ultimately invigorating. They don't see the point in beating around the bush or softening their words to make things easier to swallow. If your presentation was terrible, they'll tell you straight up, that was a train wreck. It's not meant to be hurtful, just direct. They believe that honesty is the quickest route to improvement. Why waste time with niceties when the truth will get you where you need to go faster? This approach can make them seem blunt or even rude. But from their perspective, it's all about being genuine. They don't have the patience for unnecessary fluff or diplomatic phrasing. If you want feedback, you'll get the real deal, no filters attached. It's like asking for feedback from your brutally honest grandma who's too old to care about mincing words. People often find this level of honesty jarring because they're used to tiptoeing around sensitive issues. But Sigma males aren't here to coddle anyone. They value progress over politeness, clarity over comfort. If you're looking for someone to tell you what you want to hear, you're barking up the wrong tree. But if you want the unfiltered truth that can help you grow, they're your go-to. In the end, their honesty can be a breath of fresh air in a world full of sugar-coated feedback. Sure, it can sting, but it's the kind of sting that makes you stronger, like a good workout or a shot of strong espresso. You might not always like what they say, but you can always trust that it's coming from a place of integrity and a desire to see you improve. If you're finding this exploration of Sigma males intriguing and insightful, why not subscribe to the channel? Stay tuned for more engaging discussions and insights that challenge the status quo and celebrate individuality. Don't miss out. Hit that subscribe button and join our community of curious minds. Number 5. They don't need to be in a relationship, self-sufficiency, and single. Sigma males don't need to be in a relationship to feel complete. They're perfectly content on their own, which can be baffling to those who think you need a significant other to validate your existence. While others are busy swiping through dating apps or obsessing over their relationship status, Sigma males are out there living their best lives. They don't see being single as a pit stop on the way to coupledom. It's a valid, fulfilling destination in itself. It's not that they're against relationships. They just don't need one to feel whole. They're like those people who enjoy going to the movies alone, content with their own company and not needing anyone to share their popcorn with. This independence can be intimidating or confusing to others. Friends and family might constantly ask, "So, when are you going to settle down?" And they're met with a shrug and a smile. Sigma males know that their worth isn't tied to their relationship status. They can be just as happy, successful, and complete solo as they could be with a partner. Their independence also means they're not settling for just anyone. They have high standards because they know what they bring to the table. If someone doesn't match their energy, they'd rather be alone than compromise. It's like refusing to eat junk food because you'd rather wait for a gourmet meal. They're not about to fill up on something mediocre when they know they deserve the best. So, while the world might be obsessed with finding the one, Sigma males are busy being the one for themselves. They're out there smashing their goals, enjoying their hobbies, and living life on their own terms. And if they do find someone worth their time, great. If not, that's perfectly fine too. They're already whole, with or without a +1. Number 4. They don't let the predictable upset them. Unbothered by predictability. Sigma males don't let predictability rattle them. While others might get upset when things don't go according to plan, they take it all in stride. It's as if they've developed an immunity to life's curveballs. When faced with the same old routines or unexpected changes, they don't stress out, they adapt. Predictable situations and people can be as exciting as watching paint dry, but Sigma males don't let that drain their energy. They know that getting worked up over the same old drama is a waste of time. Instead, they find ways to spice things up or challenge themselves, turning the mundane into an opportunity for growth. It's like being dealt a boring hand in poker and still finding a way to win the game. When life throws something unexpected at them, they don't crumble. They've got this calm, almost zen-like attitude. Flat tire? No problem. They've got it covered. Last-minute deadline? Piece of cake. They'll handle it. They know that freaking out over the predictable or the unexpected won't help, so they roll with the punches and keep moving forward. Their ability to stay unfazed by the predictable can be a superpower. It's not that they don't care. They just don't waste energy on things they can't change. They focus on what they can control and let the rest slide off their back. It's a mix of practicality and resilience, like a duck gliding smoothly over water while paddling furiously underneath. So while others might be losing their cool over life's little annoyances or the drudgery of routine, Sigma males keep their cool. They know that staying calm and adaptable is the key to navigating the predictables and unpredictables of life. And in doing so, they manage to keep their sanity intact and their sense of humor alive. Number 3, they are not afraid of competition, embracing competition fearlessly. Sigma males aren't scared of a little competition. In fact, they thrive on it. Where others might see competition as a threat, they see it as an opportunity to prove themselves and level up. It's like being in a video game where every challenge is just a chance to unlock a new achievement. They're not interested in petty rivalries or bringing others down to get ahead. Instead, they focus on pushing their own limits and becoming the best version of themselves. It's like they have this internal scoreboard, and they're constantly aiming to beat their personal best. While some people might crumble under pressure, Sigma males rise to the occasion, often with a smirk and a bring-it-on attitude. This fearless approach to competition can make them seem intense, but it's not about being aggressive. It's about being driven. They know that growth happens outside the comfort zone. and competition is the perfect catalyst for that growth. It's like they're on a lifelong quest to outdo themselves, and they welcome anyone who wants to join the race. Their confidence in the face of competition is infectious. They don't waste time worrying about who's ahead or behind them. Instead, they focus on their own path, knowing that true success is about surpassing your own expectations, not just beating someone else. It's a mindset that keeps them motivated and constantly striving for more. So while others might shy away from competition, fearing failure or rejection, Sigma males embrace it. They see it as a game, a challenge, and a chance to shine. And they do it all with a sense of humor and a relentless drive, proving time and time again that they're not just in the game, they're here to win it. Number 2, they don't conform to normal social etiquette. Breaking social etiquette norms. Sigma males don't follow the usual social etiquette rules. They'd rather be genuine than polite, which can sometimes make them seem like they missed the memo on how to blend in. They skip the small talk and dive straight into meaningful conversations, often leaving others wondering how they got from "how's the weather" to "what's your biggest fear" in record time. They're not interested in the social dance of pleasantries and polite nods. If a conversation isn't sparking their interest, they'll either steer it to something more engaging or gracefully bow out. It's not that they're trying to be rude. They just value their time and honesty too much to waste it on superficial interactions. It's like they have a built-in radar for authenticity and will cut through the fluff to get to the good stuff. Their disregard for conventional social norms can sometimes be jarring. They'll ask questions others might consider too personal, or make statements that leave people blinking in surprise. But this straightforwardness is part of their charm. They're not here to play by the rules. They're here to make real connections and have honest interactions. This approach can also make them seem fearless. They don't shy away from controversial topics or difficult conversations. They're willing to say what others are thinking but too polite to voice. It's like having a friend who always tells you the truth, even when it's uncomfortable, because they care more about your growth than your momentary comfort. While some might see their behavior as a breach of etiquette, Sigma males see it as a commitment to authenticity. They're not interested in conforming to social norms just to fit in. They'd rather be true to themselves and attract people who appreciate their realness. So, while they might not always follow the unwritten rules of social interactions, they bring a refreshing honesty and depth that's hard to find. Number 1, they are not afraid to take calculated risk-taking. Sigma males aren't afraid to take risks. They see opportunities where others see obstacles and aren't deterred by the fear of failure. While some people play it safe, sticking to what's comfortable and known, Sigma males are out there leaping into the unknown with both feet, often with a grin on their face. They understand that taking risks is part of the journey to success. They're like those people who double down on a bet because they trust their instincts. Sure, there might be setbacks, but to them, every failure is just a stepping stone to something greater. They'd rather face the possibility of failure head-on than live with the regret of not trying. Their willingness to take risks often means they're the ones coming up with the most innovative ideas, trying new things, and pushing boundaries. They don't just think outside the box, they throw the box away entirely. This can sometimes make others nervous, watching from the sidelines as the Sigma male navigates uncharted territory with seemingly fearless determination. Their attitude towards risk is both practical and adventurous. They weigh the pros and cons but aren't paralyzed by indecision. If they see potential for growth or a chance to learn something new, they'll go for it. It's like having a map to buried treasure. Sure, there might be a few traps along the way, but the reward is worth the danger. So, while others might tiptoe around risks, Sigma males stride confidently towards them. They know that life is too short to play it safe, and that the biggest rewards often come from the boldest moves. And they do it all with a sense of humor because they know that even if they stumble, it's just part of the adventure. In a world where conformity often reigns, Sigma males stand out by breaking the rules that others fear to even bend. They make decisions without waiting for approval, speak the unvarnished truth, find fulfillment in their independence, remain unfazed by predictability, embrace competition with gusto, disregard superficial social norms, and take risks with bold confidence. These remarkable traits make them not only unique but also inspiring. Sigma males remind us that true success and fulfillment come from living authentically and fearlessly, challenging the status quo and forging our own paths. So, as we reflect on these rules they break, let's take a page from their book and dare to be different, daring to be ourselves. Thanks, gents, for watching. See you in our next video. Bye for now, and God bless the kings.